Well, good day. We are here. Yes, I know. Well, it's the beginning of university, and it's like bouncy, bouncy, poof, bang. I'll get there. But we are here today, and it is Sunday, so it is uh, Everyday Miracle Day. Yes, awesome, wonderful, amazing, beautiful day. Yes, I know. I'm over exuberant today. Eh, okay, so. Wisdom, I suppose, because I enjoy being here. You can tell that, right? Oof. Yeah, well. Anyway, here we go. The wisdom for today is just, again, another simple little meditation that helps you sort things in your mind. You know, like moments? Yeah, moments. Whoops. There we go. We got moments instead of moments. Somebody want to check the script. Anyway, um, it's one of those days, honest. And it's a good day for the sorting one. Yeah. So this one's really easy to do as far as I feel anyway. Look, you need to sort some things in your head. It's like, wow, I need to just sort this all out. Well, one, we need to go to God, right? So we're sitting in a garden with God. Well, I go to the garden alone, you know? That's kind of a thing. So we're sitting in the garden with God, and all we're going to do is roll a set of balls. Now they're whatever colors you like, blue, pink, yellow, turquoise, doesn't matter. Just going to roll them back and forth. But as they roll, they're going to change color, and you see what happens. Watch. So you roll it to God, and it's one color, blue. Rolls back, green. Oh, that feels good. That feels like something is moving, shifting, changing. And you're just being thankful, grateful, full of gratitude, thankful, grateful, full of gratitude, back and forth to get to a place where your mind goes, ah. We'll leave it there. Simple. The multiple colored ball sitting in the garden with God meditation. We won't call it that though. We'll just call it the sorting meditation. Yes. Uh-huh. Mhm. Well, guess you might want to get a hold of me. Who knows? Might happen. So, if you want to get a hold of this wonderful wired man here, swoop. Ah, oh, something went boom, I think. No, good. We're good. Yay. Okay. Back to this. Eric at starthealing.me. Eric at starthealing.me. Eric at starthealing.me. That's it. Yes, kind of reach out to me. I send you a link. You click it, set an appointment time. We talk and we see if I'm part of your healing puzzle. If maybe my storytelling ways or my encouragement, my mentoring, guiding, teaching, learning together is part of what you require. Maybe. Anyway, this today for an everyday miracle is a story I tell in something that I have on my website. That's at, you know, startclearingme.com. That's startclearingme.com. That's startclearingme.com. Um, it's called The Winning Space. But there is a story of an everyday miracle. Uh, Flying into and this is a lore story, so you're gonna hear those. Yes, I'm gonna eventually have a channel of them, but right now, this one can fit here. Because it is an everyday miracle. I mean, they flew in, chopper got took out, that happens. They landed roughly, that occurs. Um, and I mean, that in itself is a miracle. You survived a chopper crash. Yay. You're feeling mostly okay. Might have a few aches and pains from that wonderful transition from the sky to the ground, but you're all right. You feel good. Your buds, the two of them, they're not so good. They just, who knows? But you're not leaving them there. So you're a bigger feller, something like me, you know. That time before the cane, before all the pain, self-inflicted and inflicted otherwise, that God has chosen for His grace and mercy, that I am who I am, where I am, where I am. But before all of that, maybe I might have been big, strong, who knows? Fireman carried the lighter one up on his shoulders, this soldier did do. He figured out a way of jerry-rigging a slide for the other one, bigger feller, and started walking, bivouac, that way. Meh, about a dayish, maybe less if God shows up and he's hoping, he's praying. And he's also realistic. They're both fairly wrecked. I mean, what brought the chopper down was a bunch of fire and well, the guy on his shoulder, he's got him packed, but got a bit of medic in him. So he's got him packed, and the other guy, he's got the leg packed and his left chest packed. And yeah, they took a few bullets. But as he walks, he tells a story to both of them. He said, I see us in R&R, sitting in that bar we like, eating that food we like, drinking Coke, driving the bartender nuts, because we don't drink. And there's a man you can't see, but he's there, and he's laughing because he got us all home. I have no clue I could carry a man like this, considering how shook up I am. Who knows what's wrong with me, but we're going to be on R&R after this. If we get all fixed up, we'll get a week or so somewhere. Probably that bar, which we drive nuts. And we eat that food, which we so love. Laughing about surviving. And he keeps that up. One foot in front of the other. Dodging enemy patrols. There are a lot of those. Walking through the water, slish, slush, slish, slush, slish, slush. And the story continues. And when we get there, well, we'll go to that trinket shop and you can finally send that little thing home to your wife for your birthday. Hey, Bob? Bud? Bud? Bud. And he keeps calling them buds. He keeps calling them friends. He keeps calling them, and you're going to be with me. We're going to hang out. We're going to be good. You know? It's amazing. And, he's walking along, another patrol, duck, back, up he goes again. And it's probably about 8 or 9 hours into this walk. He's still telling that story over and over again, the same story. Sitting in the bar, driving the guy nuts, drinking Coca-Cola, eating that food, enjoying herself, laughing, and there's somebody there that no one else can see. That's the reason everybody got there. And they're wounded, hurt. Don't know how bad, but he is 100% expecting them to be with him in R&R at that bar, driving that guy crazy, drinking Coca-Colas, having that food. There's that man that got him there that no one can see. That keeps going all the way through. A little over 23 hours and so many minutes. I walk into bivouac. Doctor runs over, takes the man off his shoulders, goes, shouldn't be alive. Ah, but he is. Been listening to my story so long. The guy on the stretcher groans and goes, yeah, I've been hearing it ever. It sounds fun. I want to eat that food, want to drink the Coke, want to drive that guy nuts. What is he talking about? Just the story I've been telling for the last, well, hours. About 20 something, 23, I guess. Are you injured? I don't know. At that moment, he his head swims and he falls over. Hmm. It's exhaustion, lack of food, or something else. You know what? A little while later, they're sitting in that bar. They're all alive. They're all chuckling about it. And they're certain that there's somebody sitting there with them. No one else can see. They got him there. Now, some people may say that's not an everyday miracle. Yes, it is. Three people were alive that shouldn't be. You know? But that wasn't the biggest miracle. The biggest miracle was that God allowed us to, show up, as they say. That's what the soldier would say anyway. God allowed us to show up. Had enough strength to carry him, drag that. And isn't the only story I've heard like that. I've seen a guy carry a larger guy all the way out like that, telling a different story, but similar about R&R and, you know. So, everyday miracle? I believe so. Doctors said neither of them should have survived, but they did. They weren't sure about the person that had carried them in either, if he was supposed to survive, but he did, and he ended up there. Now, this guy had been, using something that I use. It's called the winning space. It is on my website. You can get it, find out more about it. I'll plug it. That's all right. One day there'll be a link on here and everybody will go, what are you plugging about? And then you can go click. And it works. That's what this guy was doing. He was already in that space. He was already sitting there drinking his Coca-Cola and eating that food. He knew that God was with him and God would be with him there. Kind of amazing, isn't it? Maybe a shorter story, but something to think on, I would think. But that's just me. Let's have a blessing. God, we just ask you to pour your very presence, power, and love over them, that they would feel it. And everything else that brush wishes to paint, and it's so much. Let that happen. When according to your will and wish, according to their will and wish, this can be. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and we are so eternally grateful that there are moments where you protect us, where the impossible happens and we get to live, even though we don't know how. I've had those moments, many moments, in my different spaces in my life. None of them provable, but there they are. Little white marks on my body that show where something could have, but it didn't. And that's what it's all about here. You're just weaving a story and putting things together, but this is a true one and a true miracle. And we will, we're live, letting you know we're live. And I will be right with you. So we're just going to wrap that up and say, push back the darkness. If it's your first time or your 100th time, it doesn't matter. There's a deeper space to go. And God is sitting there waiting to lead you down that Roman road. If it's your first time or 100th time, you're going to find something new. It will really happen. So, with that, we just very simply say courage and strength, grace and mercy. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, standing in awe and honor and respect, allowing all glory to flow to Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. Rest well, wake well, and know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.